I'm going to say one word and I just want your reaction.
Oh, okay.
Oscar. First of all, congratulations. I mean, this is wild.
Yes, it's pretty wild.
K-Pop Demon Hunters is the hugest movie of the summer, really. In your wildest dreams, could you have imagined?
No, absolutely not. This is very surreal. It's still sinking in.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's been a crazy few months. Yeah.
You know, for those of us who like love the movie and identify with it in so many ways, as the creator, to have spent, it was like a 7-year journey, right?
Yes.
How does it feel now to have, you know, as the mother of Huntrix,
Ooh, I like that.
to have sent your work out into the world and to every day see it reach a new high?
It's been amazing. And I think my directing partner, Chris Appelhans, described it as like, it's like you raise a child and you take years to raise this child and you see them go off into the world. And the first 2 weeks, month, we were like watching everything and keeping track of it. Oh, is it doing well? Like, is it like, like people, okay, do people like you?
Yeah.
Okay, are you doing okay? And now it's like, you're free. Like, go live your life. Like, be the wonderful thing you are. And I feel like a parent, so I guess I am the mother of Huntrix.
Yes, you are the mother of Huntrix. Of course, everybody is singing the songs. People are loving the music, but people are loving the story. They're loving the screenplay. They're loving these characters. Let's talk about that story and weaving in Korean culture and K-pop into something like this. Like, where did this come from?
Well, I've been working in animation for over 20 years, which is very revealing of my age, but I guess you could Google anything these days. So, but I've always wanted to see a movie, especially an animated movie set in Korean culture. Koreans really love animation. A lot of it gets produced there. And I was like, well, if there's a movie like that, I'd love to work on it. And I was waiting and 15 years go by and nothing. And a director friend who was at Sony at the time reached out to me and said, "Do you have a movie that you want to pitch me? I'd like to work on something with you that's very more kind of international focused." And I was like, "Sure," even though it didn't really have anything.
Yeah.
And at the time, I had a few ideas kind of simmering in my head, and my husband's the one who was like, you should put all that together. And it was like a combination of Korean demons, which kind of naturally led to a demon hunter group. And I always wanted to see women that were a little silly and funny and goofy, and which is really kind of how I am. I wanted to see that kind of woman. And so it felt like, we could kind of see that kind of a female superhero character. That'd be really fun. And the K-pop of it was the last ingredient added in.
Right.
And it was really because it just needed another element. And the girls, it felt like I wanted to play off this like dual life type of thing. And Korean idols, felt like another Korean element that was cool, but also gave it more spectacle and automatically made it a musical, obviously. So it oddly fit together. And so literally the next day, pitched it to our producer friend, and it was like, I know this sounds crazy, and he was like, I love this. Let's do it. And so the next week he had a deal ready, and we were kind of off to the races. Yeah.
For us who in the audience who have really engaged with this, watched it so many times, in my group chat, which is, with other East Asian children of immigrants, one of the things that we really love about the story is that it could only have come from a third culture kid, right? From someone who has roots in the homeland, but also was raised in the West and bringing together a story. Can you talk about that part of your real life, the third culture kid experience, which is the hybrid, and then this being so elemental to the story?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think this movie is very dual culture because I am dual culture. I was born in Korea, but I was raised in Canada, and I have now spent more time in the U.S. than Canada, which kind of blows my mind. But growing up, I always just still really kept my Korean culture, and even now, I identify as Korean first before anything else, even though I haven't really lived there. And so I think just growing up, I had just 50-50 influence. Korean pop culture and all the K-dramas like from the 90s. Like I saw K-pop kind of come to be.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a first-gen K-pop fan, and then on the other side, I grew up with like the Looney Tunes and the Simpsons and like all the sitcoms that you know that you watch on TV. So I think I just kind of took both things, which I love, and the movie is a collection of things that I really love, and I just wanted to see it in a movie. So yes, it's very dual culture because I am dual culture, and but I do think that is like the future of content.
Yeah.
And we're always talking about globalization of and just this melting pot, and I love to say that in Toronto because it's the city that's you know this quintessential like melting pot city.
Yeah.
And I think growing up in Toronto just really allowed me to express the Korean part of myself.
Yeah.
You know, go to K-Town and sing karaoke and and eat my Korean food, and the combination of my parents and just Toronto just supporting that cultural, you know, just embracing and celebrating different cultures really allowed me to keep both cultures alive in me. Yeah.
Like I'm not Korean, but I engage with a lot of Korean stories, and so I recognized all of the layers of tropes that you had put in there because I am a fan. And you know, one of the amazing tropes from K-dramas is like the meet cute, the moment you fall. And then, of course, as the voice of Jinu, you're able to cast An Hyo-sub, who is huge. Like, Business Proposal was like one of my favorite. So what was that like as a creative? You know, this is your story, you're co-directing it, and then being able to find the cast that sort of hit all these boxes that you were playing with.
Yeah. You know, so actually that Business Proposal song was in the cut from the very first cut, like very first screening. Before we were even thinking about Jinu casting. And the song was just so perfect that we just ultimately licensed it and kept it in the movie. The first time we showed that scene to An Hyo-sub, he was like, oh my gosh. Like, he was like, my worlds are colliding. This is so crazy. And we're like, yeah, but you know, it was there before. So it was almost like it was a match. It was already kind of destined.
And he's from Toronto.
Yes, he is. I know, that's wild. We grew up like a couple of blocks away from each other, which is so wild. And we just talked about that when I was in Korea a couple of weeks ago. And it just feels like it was just meant to be. You know, he's always been our Jinu. And so just to cast him and Lee Byung-hun and Kim Yoon-jin and Daniel Dae-kim, just casting these amazing, you know, Korean talent in the movie, I think for me just really validated that this was a very Korean movie because I'm dual culture. I think, you know, I sometimes struggled with just a little bit of identity crisis of like, am I Korean enough to make this movie? Is this a Korean movie because it's in the English language? So there's a lot of struggles that I had to kind of overcome.
It's a weird imposter syndrome that hits you in the weirdest ways, right?
Yeah. And I didn't really have that, fortunately, growing up. But in this, like making this movie, I was like, whoa, this is weird. Why do I feel this way? And I had a long talk with my dad, who actually is a huge fan of film. He's like one of the first members of Cinematheque in Toronto. And was that the TIFF Lightbox like opening thing and stuff?
Okay.
So I grew up like with a dad who like loves film, has watched tons of it, and he was like, look, as a director, you have to just make a movie that you can make, and only you can make this movie. And once he said that, it kind of freed me, and all of those kind of insecurities went away, and it actually allowed me to, it freed me in a creative way too, where I was like, I'm not going to be scared to do anything in this. And so I did. Like I put in everything that I wanted to put in, and I have really no regrets. And it's really, it's very much me, the movie. And so to see people embrace it, it feels extra great. I
mean, that's Rumi, right? As the dual, a person who is both demon and human, let's call it. I mean, that is you, like mother of
I guess so. And I love that. That is. People find themselves in it because, you know, whether they're dual culture or dual race or just having struggles in their life. I think she's such a relatable character in so many ways, and I think that's really helped the movie be so universal and have this global appeal.
So I'm sure you've seen then all the memes, right? And all the TikToks and the trends.
I hope I have seen every single one because I'm on social media like nonstop. Like any chance I get, my DMs are just out of control.
I'm sure.
From people I know and people that I don't know. So I feel like I've seen everything, but I'm sure there's just too much for me for my eyeballs.
Is there a favorite trend that you've seen? Like, I've seen the trends where the mom is like, point of view, your kid is watch, and then like cut to, now the mom is the one on the kitchen counter dancing. I've seen people in cars being like, what's this K-pop? I'm not into it. And then like belting out Golden.
Yes.
Is there anyone that you...
Currently, I love the dad fans that are like, the dad fans that are like, I don't. Yeah. There's one where he's like, he's holding like light sticks and freaking out that the kids are now in school, and do I have an excuse to watch KPop Demon Hunters?
Yeah.
And because my kids aren't around, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. I love that. That's really fun.
We're short on time, but I have 2 quick questions for you. I'm gonna say one word, and I just want your reaction.
Oh, okay.
Oscar.
I mean, it's always been a dream, and it'd be a huge honor, of course, because it's also a recognition from peers and filmmakers and storytellers. So yes, it'd be incredible.
And final question, because I am BTS Army, I can't not ask about. So BTS's inspiration in this film, and is Baby Jimin.
Oh my gosh.
Talk to me about BTS's influence and
huge. Yeah. Because after the movie was sold, I went to the Rose Bowl BTS concert, and I witnessed 50,000 fans knowing every line to a Korean song that I didn't really know, and I was like, wow, this is real. This is insane. Like, this magic is palpable. Like, you could taste it and feel it, and that really inspired like the magic and all the tinglies that you feel in the movie. So
then when BTS is singing Soda Pop, I'm sure you've seen it.
Oh yeah.
Please let me know how you reacted.
It's amazing. It's just, it's so cool. Like, it's, my husband woke me up in the middle of the night to like tell me, and I was like, okay. And then in the morning I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. No, it's just recognition from the idols, from the industry is everything to us. So. Yeah.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
I love this movie. I feel like I'm its #1 crusader in Canada. I was on it like 2 weeks before the premiere.
Yay.
I'm wearing the merch all the time. So it's, thank you, Mother of Huntrix.
Oh, thank you.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.